Hello and welcome to The Daily Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, it'd be awesome if you subscribed and also give this video a thumbs up. We're going to be getting to Kanye's album very shortly.
But first, we're about to go on our second leg of our Kapai tour. If you're not from New Zealand, Kapai means like great, good stuff in Te Reo Māori, which is one of the official languages of New Zealand. Everyone here should speak Te Reo, but we don't.
And we're also
we
looking
really need to work on that.
for New Zealand's best pie. It's kind of like a pun. And I'm looking for
like
a
a
steak
pun.
and cheese pie. And so you can follow our journey on our Instagram, which is The Adam and Eve Show. But speaking of pies, Katy Perry has upset a lot of people by committing the ultimate pie sin when she was in Sydney. Take a look at this.
This is why I flew 22 hours. Meat pies.
Okay, now if you are from New Zealand, you'll be like, where is the packet and why isn't she eating the pie out of the packet? I've never seen anyone eat a pie like that before.
Neither.
Like when I was younger, I used to like scoop the top off like that and then like eat the mince out and then like cut it all up, but not like that.
I feel like she was trying to do it to appeal, like when an
She's trying
artist
to
comes
hit
to
that
New
audience.
Zealand, they're like, Kia ora, New Zealand!
And they wear the All Blacks jersey
yeah, and they
try
try
to
to,
fit in.
and then we love them straight away. I'm like, anytime they say
Yeah,
something like
so
that, right?
true.
So I feel like she was trying to do it, and maybe her advisors were like, people love these
People
over
love
here.
pies.
And then she had one, but ate it the wrong way, and it kind of makes me laugh. But
Well,
who
I guess
cares?
she didn't eat, in a weird, like,
She can eat
she
it
still
however
put it
she
in her
wants.
mouth.
It's a pie. She can do whatever she wants. Who cares?
If she put it in her ear and try to eat it that way, then we'd be like, oh,
But a lot
she's
of
eating it
people-
the wrong way. You
A lot
don't
of people
put
would
food in her
probably
ear.
try it after seeing her do it like that.
I kind of want to give it a go.
Interesting.
Now, a brand called Canster Blue surveyed like 1,500 Kiwis on their favourite pies and found that the most popular flavour is steak and cheese.
That's your favourite, isn't it?
The best flavour, followed by mince and cheese, then potato top, bacon and egg, and then butter chicken. Smoked fish was the least popular pie.
I don't do bacon and egg pies because they're often served cold.
Well, heat it up, put it in the microwave.
But
Zap it for 30 seconds.
I can't do cold stuff that's supposed to be hot.
Well,
You know how
hey,
people talk about
that's
leftover
why-
pizza? No, but then if you reheat it, it goes soggy.
That's why they invented the old microwave.
First world problems. Now let's get to what we want to talk about. Big news from the weekend. Jay-Z has dropped his album. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but it's 444.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
4 semicolon 44. But I think that's not how they pronounce it in the rap world. The semicolon. I don't know. I need to hear him explain it himself. But the album is pretty much summed up in this meme right here.
When your husband puts on an album about cheating on you.
I don't think
When
she's...
your husband puts out an album about cheating on you. Now, people are saying that 444 is Jay-Z's response to Beyonce's Lemonade because he addresses a lot of the things that she brought up on her album.
Here's an idea. Instead of making an album, like you live in the same house, presumably, why don't you just talk about it?
Let's go and have some dinner at the dining table and let's talk about
No,
that
I'm gonna make a
girl.
whole album about what annoyed me.
Let's talk about that girl Becky with the good hair.
No, well, he mentions that, and he basically says that Beyonce called her out in the song, and he has a line about Solange's Met Gala blow up in the lift. Those tapes came out, and he says, you egged Solange on, you knew about it all along.
Or you had to say you was wrong.
Thanks, good rhymer.
I remember that happening because they had that security footage and Solange was like...
Solange.
So, do you reckon she was called Solange back in the day and now it's Solange?
Maybe. Maybe.
Now, one of the coolest moments from the album is Jay-Z's mum, Gloria Carter, coming out as gay in a spoken word poem at the end of the song, Smile. He found a way to rhyme lesbian with thespian.
And this reminds me, there was a girl at my school, an all-girls school. She did a speech at the end of year competition. No, I can't remember. It doesn't matter when I'm getting like my mum now.
always-
it was a
you
Tuesday.
do
It was
these
raining.
details, eh?
No, was it a Tuesday or a Thursday? I'm starting to tell stories like my mother. No one cares what day it was, Mum. There was a speech competition at my school, and she started the speech. It was like, why I'm a thespian. But we all thought she said lesbian. And then the rest of the speech was quite confusing because it was all about drama and acting and stuff like that. She went to drama school after high school and everyone was kind of like, I never knew, but also these details feel irrelevant. And it turns out she was saying thespian. So you really need to articulate.
Right.
Or
You could
be
get the wrong
both.
end of the stick.
Yeah, but I was just so confused why Oh, anyway.
But I think that's so because I've noticed this recently. Like I was over in Australia recently, and I went out with some friends, and one of their friends brought their dad, who is now gay, who came out later on in life, and I'm like, it must be so hard to have been brought up back then because now, you know, if you're young, it's okay for you to come out and it's okay for you to be who you are. But back then, it was a different story and you had to really hide who you were. And now people are starting to feel comfortable in their own skin.
There's that great Netflix show that I started watching on the weekend, Grace and Frankie, and it's about two women whose husbands were really good friends and they were part of a law firm and they're about to retire and all this stuff, and instead of coming out and saying, yep, we're going to retire from the law firm, they tell their wives, actually, we are gay and we're in love with each other. And so these women are trying to figure out their lives afterwards, and it's very funny.
Must be a horrible feeling like that, eh? But yeah, so that's Jay-Z's album, and you can check that out now.
Hopefully nowadays people feel like they can come out way earlier than that.
And also, speaking of Beyonce, she tweeted for the first time in over a year this weekend.
Yes.
But it wasn't about her husband's album or even about her newborn twins.
It was a call for action for people to donate to her charity with UNICEF, which is aiming to get clean water to women and children of Burundi, which is awesome because it's a really densely populated country in Africa and a lot of people don't have access to clean drinking water. In fact, about half the population of that whole country.
Far out, like taking something like water, like you take that for granted, eh?
Absolutely.
And you forget that there are people across the other side of the world that don't even have that luxury of having free water. So it's those grateful for.
Or just there are kids who honestly spend their whole day walking in one direction, getting water, and then walking back to deliver the water to their family at dark.
Yeah.
And then the next day, that's what they do, and they don't get to go to school.
Sure.
They don't get any kind of opportunity.
To
Change their life because everyone needs water. So they're stuck doing that job.
Now, just quickly, shout out to some people that are watching right now. Ryan, Kiki, AJ, Hector.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just pointing at names and you can read them out loud.
Sorry, I didn't understand the convention of the point and the read. Can I please have a shout out?
Rosie,
please?
I'm just saying people's names. Simon. So thanks, guys, for watching.
Someone's sick. I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah.
Lots of vitamin C is really good.
Now, today is the 20th anniversary of the first Men in Black movie being released.
Yeah, and it came out today that they wanted to cast Clint Eastwood and Chris O'Donnell in the lead roles instead of Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. Clint Eastwood you might have heard of, or you might know his son, Scott Eastwood, I think, is a little bit more famous now. And, if you're younger, you probably know Scott Eastwood. And Chris O'Donnell is in NCIS, if you don't know who that is.
Now, we've got a game where we have to guess who was almost cast in some famous roles. So you can play along and you can write in the comments what you think. So we don't know these answers, so we're going to play along with you.
Oh,
so
I thought you knew the answers.
I don't know how to say, I don't know how to say this guy's last name. It's Alexander Skarsgård. Skarsgård played the lead in The Legend of Tarzan, which no one watched last year. Did the film's producer originally want Dwayne Johnson, Jack Cena, or Michael Phelps to play Tarzan?
I don't know who Jack Cena is, but I'm going to say...
Was it John? Oh, was it meant to be John Cena? That could I could have said, yeah, it's probably John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena. I'm gonna guess John Cena.
Yeah, I'll go John Cena as well. Oh
Michael
my gosh!
Acting.
A part of me wanted to go with Michael
I
Phelps, but then I thought,
it.
like, oh no, that's just to throw us. Like, that's a trick one, but it was the actual one.
I would have probably gone to see it if it was Michael Phelps, just to see what he was like at acting.
Yeah, more the just being nosy to see if he could actually act. Jennifer Lawrence won an Oscar for playing Tiffany in Silver Linings Playbook, which actress quit the role over creative differences?
Wow.
Was it Scarlett
I didn't know that even
Johansson,
happened.
Anne Hathaway, or Keira Knightley?
I'm
going to go Scarlett.
I'm going to go Scarlett Johansson. I'm going to go
Scarlett
Scarlett
Johansson.
Johansson.
Anne Hathaway. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
All right, next one.
Avatar is somehow the highest grossing movie of all time.
Bloody good. Like in 3D, it's awesome.
I think that's awesome. Good for you, Avatar. I've never seen it. But which actor turned down the role of Jake, which went to Sam Worthington? Was it Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Gosling, or Matt Damon?
It's got Matt Damon written all over it.
I never saw it.
It's got Matt. He kind of plays.
Yeah, let's go with Matt
Eddie,
Damon.
Lock and see Matt Damon.
Yeah, good call. You're clapping yourself now.
Well, no one else is clapping. Jerome, Georgia, they're the only ones in the room.
Okay, Tom Hanks landed his second Oscar for playing one of the most iconic film parts of all time, Forrest Gump, which is
John
about the history
Travolta,
of
already
America.
know it. Fun fact. It's one of my fun facts. Whenever I go to a party,
Wow.
it's like, hey, you know that movie Forrest Gump? Tom Hanks plays it. But who was meant to be the first Forrest Gump? John Travolta.
And whenever people say this, you're like, I
Sandy,
can't see it.
life is
without-
like box chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
Wow, that was something else.
That was my John Travolta. Well, yeah, it was
Yeah.
more. I was playing Danny.
I think
I
when
was
people
actually
do a really
deeper than
great
John.
job of a part, you can't imagine anyone else in it. And that was different.
Shut up. All right, okay, last one. Anne Hathaway's breakout movie role was
Princess Diaries. We
Yeah,
just said it at
yep.
the movies. Loved it.
Who rejected an offer to play that part? Rachel McAdams, Natalie Portman, or Cameron Diaz?
It would have been Natalie Portman because she was a big deal at the time. She was a name.
And they kind of look similar. Cameron
And
Diaz.
she would have turned it down. And Natalie Portman is very princessy. Cameron Diaz, I feel like she was famous later. I'm going to go Natalie Portman. She was famous young.
Eddie, lock it in. We're going to go with who? Natalie Portman. Oh my giddy aunt.
That shocks me to my core.
The old angel. She was in Charlie's Angels.
She was great in Charlie's Angels. I love that movie.
That was a movie when I kind of had a crush on Cameron Diaz.
I thought you were going to go some places with that, but I'm glad you kept it there.
What? That was the movie? What?
That's okay. I just thought you were going to
You
talk
weirdo.
about.
But I guess,
Fine.
yeah, Anne Hathaway. That kind
Wow.
of made her who she is today.
Wow. That's good for her. And she got to be alongside Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
In that
She was
movie.
Mary Poppins, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a new Mary Poppins movie coming out. I'm very excited to see that.
With? Not.
Emily Blunt.
Oh, I thought it was Natalie Portman. I thought.
No,
the
so you're
word
going to
would
bring
have come
it
in yeah,
full circle.
Maybe not.
It didn't.
No.
Sometimes the world is just an open half circle, semicircle situation.
Um,
it's like Katy Perry has gone in there with a spoon and taken out
I hear you.
the bit.
Wow. Now, thank you so much for watching The Daily Show today. Just before we go, we should shout a lot of you guys out because that's what you're here for. You want to hear us say your name.
I want to say hi to Blake Giles
Kiki AJ,
and Krupa Patel, who always
Chelsea.
watches. Little Natives, Melania Sinatuli.
Simon. And what is wrong with your
Melody,
eyes?
my
and like
eyes.
reading.
I'm sorry, but you hold it like this. You're like,
Yeah. Simon.
Cool.
Lucy says hi.
who else?
Oh, we can't forget about Gareth. Gareth
There's
is
no
there.
Gareth.
Fluffy Nut.
No one's called Gareth. Fluffy
Sherry
Nut's
Chen.
not watching today.
Blake Giles.
Ryan,
Shazza Tazza.
Jesse, Anime Guy, Rosie.
We think Adam's awesome _ love heart.
I can't find that
Adam's
anywhere.
the best _ for life.
Hector,
I want to call my baby Adam.
Faith, what?
Is Adam single? _ A lot of great usernames out there.
Is Adam single?
Taken.
Also, Michael says, how you doing? And you've written it like,
Doing very well, thank you, Michael. Thank
no,
you for asking.
more like, how you doing? Huh? Is that how you meant? I don't know how you meant that. It's
Or is
hard
it
to,
more like, how you doing?
or it's like, how you doing?
I don't know.
Or how are you doing?
It's confusing when you read text sometimes, isn't it?
yeah.
All right.
Either way,
That's us. Remember to find us on Facebook as well. We're going to be on the Car Pie Tour. We're going to update you where we're at, what we're doing.
we're
It's-
off right now. Oh, so if you have a great
Oh,
pie
jeepers.
between Auckland and Wellington, in that region, get in touch because we will try and find it.
Yeah. Have a wicked day, morning, evening, day / night, wherever you may be, because I get like people watch this whenever they want to. I don't know why I said that. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.